Hello everyone, and welcome to my presentation on Internet of Things security. My name is Wayne, and in the next few moments, I'll be taking you through the world of IoT protocols, listing their vulnerabilities and how we can protect these connected devices from potential threats. For today, I'll be diving into four major IoT protocols: Bluetooth, MQTT, CoAP, and Cellular. We'll explore what they are and their real-world uses, and then I'll analyze an attack on one of these protocols and also model an attack before ending it off. Let's explore the core communication protocols used by IoT devices. These protocols enable devices to connect and share data, each with its own security strengths and weaknesses. We'll focus on Bluetooth, MQTT, CoAP, and Cellular, which are among the most widely used in the IoT ecosystem today. Starting with Bluetooth, specifically Bluetooth Low Energy or BLE for short. BLE is a power-efficient wireless protocol designed for IoT devices that need minimal energy, long battery life, and short-range communication. Operating in the 2.4 GHz ISM band, BLE uses less power than traditional Bluetooth. It supports both point-to-point and broadcasting communication, allowing devices to transmit small data over extended periods while conserving power. As for real-world applications, BLE is commonly used in wearables such as fitness trackers, smartwatches, and medical devices like heart rate monitors, which need to send data to smartphones or cloud services while minimizing power consumptions. BLE is also used in smart home devices like smart locks, lighting systems, and thermostats, enabling remote control, automation, and energy savings with low power usage. Next, let's talk about Message Queuing Telemetry Transport, or MQTT for short. MQTT is a lightweight publish-subscribe messaging protocol designed for efficient data transmission in low bandwidth and high latency environments. Operating over TCP/IP, MQTT ensures reliable message delivery and two-way communication. It's highly scalable, supporting many devices without overloading the network. MQTT organizes messages using topics, allowing devices to publish or subscribe for updates. Finally, MQTT also offers three quality of service levels. Level 0 delivers messages once and only once without acknowledgement. Level 1 ensures delivery at least once with acknowledgement. Level 2 guarantees exactly one delivery, providing the highest reliability but slightly more overhead. As for real-world applications, in the industrial IoT, MQTT is used in manufacturing for real-time data collection and monitoring of machines, sensors, and devices, helping with predictive maintenance and factory conditions. In smart agriculture farming, MQTT connects environmental sensors like soil and moisture sensors and weather stations to central servers for data collection and decision making. Moving on, let's explore the Constrained Application Protocol, or CoAP for short. CoAP is a lightweight RESTful protocol designed for low power, low bandwidth environments, making it ideal for IoT devices like sensors and actuators. Similar to HTTP in its request response model, CoAP is more efficient in terms of message size and overhead. It runs over UDP, offering lower latency and reduced message size compared to HTTP. As for real-world applications, CoAP is used to control lighting, heating, ventilation, air conditioning, and security devices in smart buildings. Its low resource consumption allows efficient management of many devices. CoAP is also popular in wearables and healthcare apps, enabling communication between small, battery-powered devices with minimal overhead and power use. Finally, let's talk about the cellular protocol. Cellular IoT uses 2G, 3G, 4G, and 5G networks to provide long-range connectivity for IoT devices, ideal for wide area coverage, real-time communication, and reliable data transmission. It enables global connectivity for applications requiring large data volumes or extended connectivity. As for real-world applications, cellular IoT is used in vehicle tracking and fleet management for GPS tracking of vehicles, which enables real-time monitoring of delivery fleets over long distances, which is crucial for logistics. Utility companies also use cellular IoT in smart metering for data collection, allowing remote monitoring of electricity, water, and gas usage for billing and maintenance. In this section, we'll examine the Blueborn attack, a significant Bluetooth vulnerability discovered in 2017 by Armis Labs. It exposed IoT devices, smartphones, and laptops to security risks by allowing remote code execution, eavesdropping, and device takeover, affecting both Bluetooth and Bluetooth Low Energy devices. This attack highlighted critical weakness in Bluetooth communication, and I'll explain how the attack works, its impact, and the preventive measures that could have been taken. Attack overview. Blueborn is a series of Bluetooth vulnerabilities that allow attackers to exploit the Bluetooth protocol stack on devices. These flaws can lead to unauthorized access, data interception, and even remote execution of malicious code. Some key aspects of the Blueborn attack include remote code execution, where attackers can run arbitrary codes on a device without pairing it with their own. The man-in-middle attack, where attackers intercept and manipulate data exchanged between Bluetooth devices. Privilege escalation, where attackers gain elevated privileges, allowing them to take full control of the device. So how does the Blueborn attack work? Well, it usually operates in stealth where the attack operates remotely, without user interaction or Bluetooth pairing, making it difficult for users to detect or prevent it. Discovery. The attacker scans for nearby Bluetooth devices, which can be vulnerable to even non-discover or paired devices due to insecure Bluetooth stacks. Exploitation. Once a vulnerable device is found, the attackers send malicious packets exploiting flaws in the Bluetooth stack L2CAP to gain access without authentication. Compromise. After exploiting the vulnerability, the attacker can execute the malicious code remotely, gaining control of the device and intercepting sensitive data. So what were the impacts of the Blueborn attack? Well, the Blueborn attack had actually many negative impacts. Remote device control. Attackers could take control of IoT devices, smartphones, and even medical devices, gaining unauthorized access to sensitive data or critical systems. Data interception. Attackers could eavesdrop on Bluetooth communications, stealing files, or tracking device locations, compromising privacy and data integrity. Compromise of critical infrastructure. Bluetooth-enabled industrial systems like smart meters or sensors could be exploited, disrupting operations. Increased risk for consumer devices. Smart home devices such as locks, cameras, and thermostats were vulnerable to remote compromise, impacting everyday electronics. So what could we have done to prevent the Blueborn attack? Well, several security practices could have prevented or mitigated the impact of the Blueborn attack. For instance, patch management. Blueborn thrived due to delayed firmware updates. Regular checks and automatic security patches would have prevented the attack. Disable Bluetooth when not in use. Keeping Bluetooth on increases the risk. Turn it off when not needed or set it to automatically shut down after inactivity. Stronger authentication and encryption. Use AES-128 encryption and mutual authentication to secure Bluetooth and prevent unauthorized access. Network segmentation. Segment networks to limit damage if a Bluetooth device is compromised, especially in the industrial or healthcare settings. Secure device management. Regular updates, strong authentication, and secure boot mechanisms are key to protecting devices from exploitations. Since the discovery of Blueborn, further research has shed light on new vulnerabilities and advanced security techniques, extending Blueborn's impact to BLE. In 2019, research showed that Bluetooth low-energy devices widely used in healthcare and industrial IoT were also vulnerable to Blueborn-like attacks. Advancements in Bluetooth security. The Bluetooth Special Interest Group introduced new standards including stronger encryption and improved authentication, encouraging adoption of Bluetooth 5.0 for enhanced security and range. Bluetooth attack detection tools. New tools were developed to monitor Bluetooth traffic for suspicious activity, providing proactive defense against man-in-the-middle attacks and other Bluetooth threats. In this section, we'll model an attack similar to the Blueborn attack, which exploits Bluetooth vulnerabilities to remotely execute code, intercept communications, and take control of devices. We'll use the Strike threat modeling approach to help identify threats like spoofing, tampering, and denial of service. We'll cover the attack vector, attack path, and attack surfaces, and potential mitigations, which will help us understand how similar attacks could unfold and how to prevent them. So in this scenario, the focus is on a smart home that uses a Bluetooth low energy based security system for remote access and monitoring of critical devices, such as smart locks, motion sensors, and security cameras. These devices communicate over Bluetooth to a central hub or a mobile app, allowing the homeowner to monitor the house remotely. Moving on to identifying security objectives. For identity, it must be able to secure auditable access controls for users and machines, preventing unauthorized Bluetooth communication. For financial, it must protect against financial losses due to system failures or security breaches, including device replacements, service disruptions, and fraud. For reputation, It must avoid damage to the brand's reputation from security vulnerabilities and breaches. As for privacy and regulation, it must ensure data protection, maintain privacy, and comply with regulations related to personal data security. For availability, it must guarantee system uptime, particularly for critical devices that ensure home security. Lastly, for safety, it must ensure the system maintains control over physical devices, preventing safety risks from unauthorized remote access. So this is our devices and assets table. As mentioned in our earlier scenario, we will be using these devices for our smart home. For instance, we have a smart lamp which controls lighting remotely, and we works with actuators like smartphones and the central hub. Next, we have a smart lock which controls the main door lock and ensures secure entry, and it works with the actuator's smartphone. Next, we have a smart thermostat which controls the home temperature and heating system, and it works with the sensors and actuators of the central hub. Smart camera monitors and records activities inside and outside of the house, and it works with the actuators like the smartphone and the central hub. Motion sensor detects movement within the home, and it works with sensors like the smartphone and the central hub. For the smart doorbell, it notifies homeowners and records visitors, and it works with sensors like the smartphone. Moving on to the attack vector, attack path, and attack surface. The attack vector in this case is an unauthorized VLE device exploiting weak or unencrypted Bluetooth communications. The attacker scans for Bluetooth devices in range, targeting those with open or default configurations. As for the attack path, the attacker sends crafted Bluetooth packets gaining control of the device. From there, they can execute malicious code, intercept data, or manipulate device settings. As for the attack surface, the Bluetooth stack, device firmware, and Bluetooth communication channels are the primary surface of the attack, especially if the device has an outdated firmware and uses weak security. Which now brings us to our threat modeling using the Stripe model. So for the first threat type, spoofing, attackers can impersonate a legitimate Bluetooth device or gain unauthorized access. For example, an attacker could spoof a smart lock or smart camera to gain control or view sensitive information. Tampering. Malicious actors can alter the function of systems, such as changing the smart thermostat settings or tampering with the smart camera feed. Repudiation. The attackers can deny their involvement in the attack due to a lack of proper auditing or logging, such as when tampering with the logs of smart lock access attempts. Information disclosure. The attacker intercepts and reads sensitive data such as motion sensor logs or smart camera footage, which could compromise privacy. Denial of service. Attackers can flood the system with malicious packets, preventing devices like smart locks or smart doorbells from functioning properly, leading to service interruptions. Lastly, elevation of privilege. Attackers can escalate their access within the system, gaining control over devices like the smart thermostat or smart camera to disable security features or take unauthorized actions. So referencing from our Stripe model, here are some mitigation acts that you could use to prevent some of the threats. Encryption. Encrypt communication channels between the smart camera and the hub to prevent eavesdropping and tampering. Access control. Implement multi-factor authentication and role-based access control to ensure that only authorized users can interact with critical devices. Secure pairing. Ensure devices are securely paired and authenticated before communication to prevent unauthorized device access. Tamper detection. Use tamper detection mechanisms to alert users of potential attacks or device manipulation. Regular updates. Keep firmware and software up to date to patch vulnerabilities and strengthen device security. So in conclusion, what have we learned today? As IoT devices become more widespread, ensuring their security is crucial to protecting data, privacy, and functionality. While protocols like Bluetooth, MQTT, QoAP, and cellular enable seamless communication, they also introduce vulnerabilities that can be exploited by attackers. By implementing strong security practices such as encryption, authentication, and message integrity, we can safeguard our IoT system against potential threats. With that, I would like to thank you for taking the time to listen to my presentation. I hope you guys have learned something insightful and new. This is Wayne, signing out.